blacktop. There's a gentle rain downtown, a shadow pooling underneath me as it follows on the ground. Kissed you when I saw you, stared deep into your eyes. I meant to say I love you, but instead I said goodbye. Shadows in the city, I'm a stranger to myself. On these streets I'm someone else. Shadows in the city, like a demon in the dark, come to tear us apart. Beyond city. There's a shadow in the dark. He comes to me infrequently and breaks your perfect heart. I don't know why I do it, apologize, but it's too late. A single tear and you leave me here and the shadow slips away. Shadows in the city, I'm a stranger to myself. On these streets I'm someone else. Shadows in the city, like a demon in the dark, come to tear us apart. Beyond city.
Counting down the days, the future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. The valuation
Hello and welcome. We are live today, this time on the PC. Look at that. You can actually see me today. So, as I'm sure you're probably familiar with, but life can be busy. So I haven't really been able to have a steady streaming schedule. We recently moved to the beach, bought a house, and everybody's schedules is kind of busy. I homeschool my son, and I have a 1-year-old. So yeah, finding free time can be difficult at times. I'm going to try to start streaming at least an hour or two in the evenings when everybody's in bed and I can have a little bit of me time. Um, so we're going to give that a try, but doing that, I'm pretty much streaming on the PlayStation 5. We've done it twice now. Last night was the second time, and this time we got our mic to work. Everything seemed to work pretty good. So I'm kind of satisfied with that. Uh, so we've been playing Oblivion, the remastered version. I attempted to download it on my PC because that was to try to stream it, kind of like what I'm doing now. But my PC apparently is now ancient and can't handle it. Kept crashing. So I refunded and downloaded it on the PlayStation 5, in which I have no problem running it. So that's part of the reason why we're also using the PlayStation 5. So today we're using both. We're using the remote play option on my PC so that I'm basically streaming on my PC with my PlayStation 5. So we'll see how it works. It'll be the first time doing it with the PlayStation 5. I've done it before in the past with PlayStation 4, and it was okay. The quality wasn't the greatest, but PlayStation 5 is a little bit different, and seems to be working a little better. So fingers crossed, no problems. Um, you might occasionally hear a baby sound in the background. I don't know if the mic will pick it up or not. I have my baby monitor set up just in case I need to go take care of the baby. The wife is working today. She has to do a 5-hour shift today on the weekend. It kind of happens randomly out of the blue. Um, and so I thought I'd take the advantage of the couple hours here streaming. The other two kids are playing in their rooms, and then the baby, of course, is in my room in her crib watching some TV. Weekends, so some weekends are busy, some are not. Fridays we usually use for any kind of appointments, medical and whatnot. And then lots of times weekends we're trying to do some family things. Um, but then of course we got to do things around the house from time to time too. Like I'll be cutting the grass tomorrow. Um, so streaming on the weekends can be difficult at times as well. It can be hard to find free times. And if you're a parent, you understand family life keeps you busy, which is partially why I was a little bit late this morning. Uh, my countdown timer ran out at 10 minutes, and it probably was another 10 minutes before we even got to the intro. Trying to get everybody in order and where they need to be, and uh, my son, his bed. Well, both my son and my daughter, their bed we got from Amazon. It's a metal frame bed that's you're supposed to be able to put together without uh, really any tools. They even give you the mallet, and you just bang it all together basically. And hadn't had any problem with my daughter's bed, but my son's bed is like coming apart. The metal connections are coming up out of the slot, and so I was trying to bang it back in. I'm probably going to have to spend a little bit more time than what I got to today on it, but just seems whenever is the most inconvenient time, that's when you end up with problems and having to fix things. It's annoying. Just give you a quick heads up. If you are not a subscriber, you are about to see a ad in 20 seconds. Just to give you a heads up. But hey, maybe when the ad's over, we'll actually be playing the game. All right, you don't have to listen to me ramble. So, anyways, busy life, busy schedule. I'd rather be laying on the beach back here, which maybe we will sometime this weekend or next. Um, but we're going to try to play some Oblivion today. I am contemplating Days Gone a little bit. So I have the PlayStation game. I can play it on PlayStation 5. Um, but there's a $10 PlayStation 5 upgrade that I'm thinking about. I don't know what the difference is between the PlayStation 4 version and the PlayStation 5. Probably not as much graphical improvement, maybe a performance improvement, blah blah blah. Um, because I have noticed that PlayStation 5 runs a little bit better. I don't know. $10 is not that big a deal. Of course, we need to get back to Final Fantasy 9 because we're trying to complete the Final Fantasy series as much as possible, skipping a few that I don't really care for. Streamer's choice. um, so eventually, I like to get back to a regular schedule if I can find a way to calm things down, where I'll be sitting in front of the computer because that's where I have Final Fantasy 9, for example. Um, so we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to try to juggle Oblivion, Days Gone, Final Fantasy 9. We're also playing Lufia, and we need to finish that as well. So at the moment, we're going to do a lot of Oblivion. We might throw some Days Gone in there, and then I'll try to figure out how to do the other two. Um, I want to try to focus on if I can stream 4 days a week. I want to only play two different games. I don't want to do a different game every day, um, because I don't feel like it's as enjoyable. You got to wait a whole week to see the game again. So I'm thinking at least two games twice a week. So like Monday, Tuesday, Days Gone. Wednesday, Thursday, Oblivion kind of thing. So that's my thoughts. Um, the pro of using my PC is obviously I'm using OBS Studio, which they have they were working together with Twitch because one of Twitch's problems is transcoding. Um, Not everybody is going to get it. And so you might have some viewers who don't have the greatest of internet. Maybe they're watching on their phone, whatever, and they can't watch it at 1080p. And maybe they're more of like a 480 or whatever, and you're not transcoded, so they're not going to be able to watch you, which is unfortunate. So OBS and Twitch got together and they set up this setting in OBS that basically allows me to use my computer to transcode myself. The downfall, though, is there's no 480p. You have to go to 360. And 360, in my experience, is very blurry. 480, not as bad. 720 is a little bit better. And then, of course, 1080, is prettier. I can't go any further than 1080. I don't have the setup for it. But so that's the option we have with OBS Studio. If I'm streaming on the PlayStation 5 separately, I don't have OBS Studio. I don't have that option. So sometimes I don't get transcoded. Luckily, last night I did. But the other night when we did episode 1, I did not. It was at 1080. But for those of you who are watching who might run into that issue where the quality doesn't work for you because of transcoding, I do upload on YouTube. I used to multi-stream. Now I'm just streaming on Twitch, and then I'll just upload it later on YouTube. And so I got to upload episode 2. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I will be doing it today or tomorrow, as well as today's stream. We'll upload it on YouTube. YouTube does transcode, so you can watch it at whatever quality that you need to. And of course, I ask that you follow both here on Twitch and YouTube. And if you like the video over on YouTube, I would appreciate thumbs up. It helps me get a few more views. All right, so we're going to play Oblivion. We are playing a adventurer, so we created a custom class simply because there were certain skills and attributes that I wanted that I've not, a certain class had. So I made my own basically. And the default name they gave you was adventurer, and I'm like, well, hey, that works for me. And we're at level 2, so we're still kind of in the beginning. We toured the Imperial City for the most part. We couldn't get into the Mages Guild. Maybe it was the time of day, I don't know. Um, we did do one fight in the arena. I'm kind of putting that on hold because you have the Grey Prince that gave us a quest, and he's the champion. So I have a feeling that if I don't do his quest and I keep doing the arena, I'm going to end up having to kill him, and then I won't get to complete his quest. So we are going to complete his quest first. Because Bethesda is pretty good at creating games where you can break the quest if you don't do things in a certain order. Which kind of takes away the whole open worldness, right? Um, Also have to give the amulet to Joffrey, who's like the Grand Master of the Blades. He apparently knows where the Emperor's final heir is. So eventually the heir is going to need the amulet. We got to kill some slaughterfish and collect some scales, which we were having some issues with that last night. It seemed like the slaughterfish were underground and you couldn't get to them. The problem is you have to go under the water to get to some of them because they're on the bottom of the lake, and you run out of air. So it's a little bit different than like Skyrim, because the slaughterfish in Skyrim, they were usually at the top, and they chased after your ass. These, they're very passive. They don't come after you, and they're usually like bottom dwellers, and so that's a little annoying. But we're trying to work on it. We need, what was it, 12, I think, and I have 5. So it's a slow process. We also got to collect Iliad statues, and this lady at the nearby inn wants some kind of wine. I can't remember, Shadow something wine. So we got to keep an eye out for that as well. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. All right, here we are, game screen. I got to turn on some audio here. Make sure everything's in order. All right, if there's any issues with audio, video, please let me know in the chat, because I can't always hear or see what you do. So my volume is different than your volume. So please let me know. There was the first night I started streaming episode 1 here on the PlayStation 5, my mic was not working the whole night. So there was 3.5 hours of me talking without y'all hearing. And I had a few viewers in and out, but nobody ever said anything. I didn't notice until afterwards, and I checked the video. I mean, some good gameplay and whatnot, but you just couldn't hear me talking. But that happens, first time streams. It's first time streaming with the PlayStation 5, and apparently, by default, it muted my mic, and I have to go into the setting and change it. Silly as that is, PlayStation 4 didn't do that. It just automatically kept your mic on. You would have to mute it yourself. I don't know. Computers, right? All right. So the other nice thing about can I make that go away? Go away. Bottom of the screen, go away. There we go. Okay. All right. The other beauty about PC streaming is the green screen. I don't have a green screen with the PlayStation 5. I don't know if you can even use a green screen with PlayStation 5, can you? I know they have different webcam options with the PlayStation 4 that you could sort of do like a green screen kind of thing. It was kind of buggy looking. I don't have a webcam for the PlayStation 5. I have one for 4, which you can use on 5, but you need to buy an adapter. Because, in today's world, you have to buy an accessory for everything. Like my cell phone, which is kind of stupid if you ask me. So, iPhone 11, okay? Yeah, I'm not paying $1,000 for a phone. I refuse. That's close to a mortgage payment. No, thank you. I'd rather buy groceries and those nice expensive eggs that's on the shelf. But anyways, so it used to be if you wanted to have headphones, with the cord or whatever, you could just plug it into the port. Okay. Now I guess because they're trying to push Bluetooth, and wireless and whatnot, they have it to where if you want to use those kind of headphones, you have to buy an accessory to plug into your charging port and then your headphones into that accessory. So it gets you to spend more money. If I'm not mistaken, and I might be wrong, wasn't there a time they were discussing about selling the phone and the charger separately? You would have to buy the phone, like pay $1,000 for the phone, and spend like $20-30 on the charger separately. I mean, it's like, what's the point of having a phone if you can't charge it? That would be stupid. But stranger things have happened in today's world, right? Okay, so we do have the Tower Birth sign, which if you're a Skyrim player, that is basically your Guardian Stones. It allows us to open a average difficulty lock once per day and reflect some damage back to my enemy. The difference, though, is in Oblivion, it's your birth sign, so I don't think you can change it. Whereas in Skyrim, you can constantly change it by going up to the Guardian Stones. Just activate the Guardian Stone, boom, it changes. So you don't really have that option in Oblivion, but that's okay. There's some aspects that I think are a little bit more realistic in Oblivion than in Skyrim. One is you can strengthen your attributes by the actions that you do, whereas in Skyrim you didn't do that. You just went up levels, basically. Same thing with your skills. The more you do something, the stronger they become, the more points you get. Plus, when you go up a level, you can also add points, which makes sense. If I'm practicing, training, gaining experience by doing something over and over, I should get better at it. So that makes sense. So this is why I kind of chose the custom class. It's because there was certain things that I wanted and didn't want. Armor helps me repair things better. Athletics, makes me run quicker, swim, and sprint. Blade, of course, I prefer one-handed swords. Alteration allows me to use those nice unlocking spells instead of trying to do lockpick. If you like lockpick, awesome. I don't really like the way they do it in here. It's kind of annoying for me, but it's probably because of my lack of experience and practice. But sometimes I lose patience. Conjuration, I love to summon creatures and whatnot. Right now all we have is a skeleton. Acrobatics allows me to jump higher and withstand falls, which I think would be beneficial. And then I like to use the bow from time to time as well. So I like to combine blade and bow. If you're approaching a fort, you pick off as many bandits from a distance, and then you finish off the rest with your blade. These are minor skills. I don't remember them giving me the option to pick these, so I think these are based probably on your race and whatnot. I am not a big fan of blunt. I don't like shields, but I will block with my sword. We are a heavy armor person. I'm not really big on alchemy. I'm not going to be using much destruction magic in this playthrough. Illusion, probably not going to use it that much either. Let's see here. We could potentially use some of that. We might use this for healing here and there. If I find some decent looking light armor that is high in defense, higher than what I got, I might use it. Of course, it's good to have good bartering skills. Of course, lockpicking and sneaking. Because if you have that bow, sneaking can be important. And then persuasion is very important. All right, so I got a faction. I'm a pit dog. Woohoo! All right, so we're rocking the steel sword right now. There it is. Woohoo! Not bad. Looks better than the iron one. We got the iron bow and iron arrows. I haven't found any other bows or arrows yet. Then we got the debaser from the grave robber people, but it's a short sword, but it is enchanted. and it drains willpower, which I guess would be mages, and endurance, which would technically also be melee fighters. But it has a lower range. But it doesn't look bad. I don't know, the guard could be a little bit longer in my opinion. Looks kind of like a Viking-like weapon. But I'm more of a longsword kind of person. Alright, so we got some basic jewelry. We're not wearing the Iron Caress, but we're going to sell it eventually. We are wearing some Iron Gauntlets and Greaves, because I haven't gotten the steel for that yet, and then when the rest is steel. Alright, and we got our potions and ingredients and whatnot. So we got the 5 scales, we got to get some more. And these are your miscellaneous stuff. That's the newspaper, basically. Which does weigh something, so I guess eventually I should get rid of it, right? We got a few scrolls here and there. Lockpicks, we need to get some more lockpicks. I don't really need this fork. I hit the wrong button. That's the other thing. I'm still getting used to some of these buttons. It's a little bit different than Skyrim. We are going to get rid of the fork because I don't think I need it. And that's just all items. We can go down over here to all to show you the magic that we have. A lot of it I'm not using because you don't really have too many options. I need to be able to quickly switch between my sword and my bow, and I need some healing items. Of course, I have my very easy lock spell. We'll upgrade it as that becomes available. Turn the undead, heal, and then summon my skeleton. That's basically all I have room for. I wish you could have multiple circles or a list, sort of like what Skyrim does. Although the thing is, when you pull up your circle, if you have an enemy, he's still going to attack you. Whereas in Skyrim, you pulled up your list, it kind of paused the screen. Unless you downloaded a mod. There was a mod that changed that. But I kind of like the list because I might want to favorite more things. More spells. One thing I like to do is when I'm in town, I like to take my helmet off. Because most knights and whatnot, when they go into town and they're having conversations, they're not going to wear their helmet all the time. It gets kind of hot and stinky, you know. So you're going to take your helmet off. Just like you're not always going to carry your shield with you if you had a shield. So I like to take the helmet off in social settings. And so being able to put that on the circle or list, I could easily change it. Also, playing Skyrim in the survival mods and whatnot, when it rains, I like to wear a hood, like, you know, I'm trying to protect myself from the rain. But I guess I have to wear my helmet. I mean, it should be kind of water resistant, right? So there's ways around it. I am kind of curious what kind of mods are going to come out for this game. There might be a ton already. I haven't really checked. So we are right here near the Imperial City because we went to Wei? I'm not sure. Wei? How to pronounce that, and somebody needed the scales. And so we've been trying to get the scales and turn that in. Because one thing, you know, with open world games, which is notorious with Elder Scrolls and Fallout, is it's kind of easier to complete all the quests in the area that you're at before you move on to the next area. Because lots of times when you move on to the next area, you might get 5 more quests on top of the other 5 quests you just got. So now you got 10, and now you're getting overwhelmed with quests. So somebody like me who has some ADHD, which I'm not as hyperactive as I used to be. I think my kids stole that from me. So it's just probably ADD now. It can be chaos. So sometimes it's better to try to complete as many quests as possible in the area that you are in. That being said, I do have quests that are further out. Obviously, we got one in Coral. That's the main quest. There's another quest all the way over here, which we're not ready to go over here anyways. That's kind of far off. We got a quest that's in Skingrad, and I think that might be it for now. I did see a post that evidently you can go into parts of Skyrim in this game. I don't know how true that is, but somebody was talking about it. That would be kind of neat if they added, some options where you could, like, at least close to the border, go to some of these other countries. Instead of having to do it with Elder Scrolls Online, because not everybody wants to play a multiplayer game, right? All right, so we're gonna try to catch this scale again, see if it fixed since we reloaded the game. If not, we'll I dropped my fork. We'll move on to Coral. Let's see here. Oh, the quest is not active. We need to activate the quest. All right. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. If I was an Argonian, this would be much easier. And then see, he like disappears. He moves out the way. I gotta get some air. Where are you? So basically, he should be right below me. I think he's in the ground. I think it bugged out. So I need to get some, probably either a scroll or spell that allows me to breathe underwater. Since I'm not an Argonian. Alright, so she wants the wine, which I don't have locations. It's just seen at forts. I recently went to a fort and didn't see any. Maybe I should walk through there again. Then we got the collector of the statues. And then we got the Nern root for this person. And then we got the amulet, which is our main story quest. Really? You want some of this? Come get it. Alright, so there was a fort. Where is that? Probably right in here. I don't know why a thing on the map didn't pop up. Oh, that's because it's right here. It did pop up. We'll just fast travel to it. Make it quicker and easier. Oh, and there's my horse. I need to try to find some wine. This is an old fort, right? Let's go back in the fort. I don't know if the enemies have respawned or not. There was bandits in here. And then we're going to, because we are searching for something in particular. I can't fit it on my bar here, so we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. I was trying to open the other door. Okay. It would have been nice if you could open both doors. Alright, so we have marauders. There's no wine on his body. We definitely don't have the room to carry any more weapons or armor. We would have to get rid of something. Already got that. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. I already got that. Maybe we can look in the water a little bit more. I don't really see anything in the water. Except that bow floating around. I guess these bandits were not drinkers. Why is there a sound like there's an enemy somewhere? This just leads here, where you see the two pathways connect. Nope. No wine. No drinks of any sort. All right. So we're actually right near the road that we need to go anyways. Look at that. Hop on our horse. Unfortunately, there's no horse combat in this. But 10 to 1, you could probably get hit while on the horse. Should be a road. If I can steer my nag. Come on, nag. It's kind of neat to see the Legion roaming around, trying to guard the roads and whatnot. What was that? Oh, it was the nag thing popping up. Yep. He shot my horse. You know, I will say, I do need some more arrows. Enemies are a little bit easy to kill. I think I might raise the difficulty some. I don't think that it should, you know, unless it's something simple, it shouldn't take basically one strike to kill an enemy. So let's see here. Let's see if we can change that. Let's go up one, see how that is. Is that a road? I don't think that's a road. That's not a road. This is the road. Where we're going, we don't need roads. All right. We can sell his meat. Is that it? Fort Ash. Oh, we gotta get to the fort first. Okay. Hopefully it's not a trap. Who opened the door? Alright, we're gonna get down and investigate this fort. Somebody opened the door. There's a dead goblin with a lockpick. We'll take it. Mushrooms. How did a goblin get in here in the first place? That looks like lavender to me. Alright, we're gonna go up the stairs before we go in the door. An apple for the horse. I wonder if they'll do like convenient horses for this game. An hourglass and paintbrush. Venison. Now, so far, I have not seen a way to cook besides your alchemy bowl. Oh. Some gold. That's not really worth it. Not worth the space. I wonder where the owner of the axe went. I think we made it to the top. What do you think? Is there anything even over there that we need to try to jump over there? Another axe. A wolf. I don't see anything, and I don't think we can make the jump anyways. So, we're not going to try. See what's going on the inside. Somebody still had to open that door. we got double doors over here. What do we have over here? A rat. You dirty rat, I missed. I will say, things look a little pixelated when I have the torch up. Alright, let's go back to the double doors, because it wasn't a loading screen kind of door. Both of them open. Yeah. Hello? I am swinging too early. Episode 1, I had it awesome. So, boom, down. Wouldn't miss. Second episode, I started missing. I guess I'm going to continue to start missing. This place is pretty big. I'm sure it probably like loops around or something. Usually does. That is a goblin. I think it's easier to see without the damn torch. Oh, yeah, I got my arrow back. Oh, there's a trap. I wonder if there's any enemies over there. Well, I didn't get any of their attention. Can I shoot the line in this? You can do it in Skyrim. I don't think you can. Got my arrows. Not that I really need them. I got 89. What the hell is that? Oh shit, look at that. Now a shield would come in handy. Really? I don't know why I didn't hit him. He ain't got one. Are they poison darts? Is there a way to shut them off? We'll come back. See what's on the other side of this thing. Hear somebody laugh? An archer. Also, I can do this. Go get him. How did I miss? Oh, we got some cheap wine. That's not the wine she wants. Well, it's not a very easy one. can't use my spell. That's okay, we got it. Some gold. More gold. Ale. What ails you? Iron bow. Which way do we want to go? Stockade. We're not going to go there yet. Alright, so we have been here before. Okay, so that's the doors we went through. This was the other route that we could take. Alright, we gotta figure out how to get in between there. We do have protect. An iron short sword. Ooh, that was close. I only had one. Really? I have 15. You tell me it only uses the one? Okay. Alright, I'm about to say. So there really was nothing in that treasure box that was really worth going through those darts. I didn't mean to do that. Let's hit the right one this time. Stockade or prison. Hi. My strength is being drained. Did they do poison me? Ooh, a puzzle. Alright, so we got to figure out how to open all these gates. Let's start with this one. And this one. I heard like some stones or something. That's a secret passage opened up? I guess not. Well, that didn't work. I missed. How am I missing? It's going right through them. There's something down below. Rats. There's a way to free them. I'm not seeing a lever or anything. Here. Some okay stuff. Could be better though. We have 4 rats. I don't see like a button to release them or not. Because I was thinking, you know, if there's any goblins down there, they could fight the goblins. But I don't see any kind of switches. You don't want to fall down. I wanted you to go down there. I pointed down there. Well, he's going after something. This is it? That's all that's here is a pit of rats? Like garden anything? They're not even garden anything. Rather uneventful. We just came from here. There was a few treasure chests, nothing major. We do need to sleep because we've leveled up. Let's see if I can find a bed. Alright. We're going to level up these 3 again. You know what we could do? Let's put that back at 40. Oh, I can only give it 5. I'll let you do more than 5. Okay. Alright. Now let's see if we can find our way out of here. Cast the escape spell. This way. Alright. I guess back on our horse and we're going to continue our way.
Pay up or else.
No, take it from me if you
Actually,
can.
that's the way this one prefers it.
Good. Let's get off the horse. Hey,
Show me what you've
leave
got.
my horse alone. A lockpick and some raggedy clothes. Where's your weapon? He had a weapon, didn't he? Oh, there it is. An iron mace. 15. We're gonna leave it. What are you doing, horse? My horse is having seizures. That mean old Khajiit hit me. See, the thing I like about the Convenient Horses mod from Skyrim is, even though Skyrim you can do horse combat after, I think, Special Edition, although it sometimes bugs with Convenient Horses and you're swinging and it's not doing any damage. But anyways, that's the problem you have with mods. Sometimes they have issues. But you can feed your horse, you can train your horse, you have storage on your horse. You can even jump off your horse. So if you're being attacked and you want to fight on the ground, you can quickly jump off your horse and engage your enemy instead of slowly getting off your horse. approaching a farm. I guess we can check out the farm. Odile Farm. I'm gonna leave the horse right here. Just one house by the look of it. It's locked. On the outside, looks like somebody busted up the fence. Blackberry bush. Tomatoes. Watermelon vines. They need their fence fixed. I don't know, maybe there'll be a quest later? I don't want to break into the house if I don't need to. So we might end up having to come back here at some time. Onward. I think we're getting close. Here we are. I arrived at Waynan Priory. Now I must take the Amulet of Kings to Joffrey. Alright, we're going to leave the horse right here. Alright, so what's over here? This is the one door to Waynan Priory. Priory. That's the Waynan house. Who are you?
I'm the shepherd here. Eranor's the name, and this is Waynan Priory.
Have you seen Joffrey?
If he's not sleeping or eating, he'll be fussing with his books, I reckon, over in the Priory house. Bye.
Oh, stables. It's a cooking pot, but I can't cook with it. So he said he'd be in the Priory, but my compass is telling me to go to the house. Not a bad looking house. Hello? Anybody home? Nope, can't open that. Ad starts in 50 seconds. There he is.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
The Emperor sent me to find you.
Emperor Uriel? Do you know something about his death?
I was there when he died.
You'd better explain yourself. Now.
He gave me the Amulet of Kings.
You brought me the Amulet of Kings? This cannot be. Let me see it. By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings. Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
Tell the Emperor's last words.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Who is the Prince of Destruction?
The Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of the lords of the demonic world of Oblivion. The Emperor's words, "Close shut the jaws of Oblivion," certainly suggest that he perceived some threat from Oblivion. But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is protected from the danger of Oblivion by magical barriers.
How can Oblivion threaten us then?
I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods. It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. With the emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon fires in the temple will be dark, for the first time in centuries. It may be that the dragon fires protected us from a threat that only the emperor was aware of.
The Emperor asked me to find his son.
I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago, I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night, Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. Uriel told me to deliver him somewhere safe. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son. From time to time, he would ask about the child's progress. Now, it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne, if he yet lives.
Where can I find Uriel's son?
His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems likely, he is in terrible danger. And please, let me know if there's anything you need. My resources here are limited, but I will help in any way I can.
Okay.
It will be safest here with me. When you return with Martin, we will figure out our next move. I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help yourself to whatever you need.
I'll take the potions for sure. Steel arrows. Definitely. Steel bow, yes. I don't have the weight capacity for a two-handed sword. I'm not much for axes. And we already have something better than these. And I don't have that much room. I got like 1 pound or whatever left. Alright, so this one has the same power, but it weighs more than the iron bow. Thing I can do is this iron bow is not going to give me much gold, so we can store that in his chest. And let's see, that gives us a little bit more carrying weight. Probably should just leave it like that. Got a lot of books.
Your first priority now should be to find one of the youngest blades ever to serve in the Emperor's personal guard. I am glad to hear that he survived, but I fear he will take the Emperor's death particularly hard. The coronation of each new Emperor is sealed when he uses the Amulet of Kings to light the dragon fires in the Temple of the One. The dragon fires of Akatosh remain lit until the death of the Emperor. His successor then lights them anew upon ascending to the throne. With Emperor Uriel dead and no successor crowned, the Temple of the One will be dark for the first time in centuries. The Elder Council rules in the Emperor's absence by ancient tradition. Chancellor Akato heads the Elder Council and is the closest thing the Empire has to a leader right now. But the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government. He is a priest in the chapel of Akatosh in Kvatch. He never knew that he was Uriel Septim's son. You need to find him at once and bring him safely back here. The Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with Jagar Tharn's plot against the Empire years ago. It doesn't surprise me to find his hand in the current calamity. Yes, Boris told you right. I am the Grand Master of the Blades. We serve the Emperor and the Septim bloodline. Talos is our patron. You wonder to find me here? Discretion is our watchword. Only a few of us have the honor to serve publicly in the Imperial Guard. Waste no time. You must find Martin before the enemy does. It's you. Hi.
Good to see you. Have you seen Glistel and Melintus Anchorus together? Isn't it awful?
It is awful. Her poor mother. What is Glistel? See you.
Be seeing you. Welcome, good citizen. I'm Brother Piner, and this is Wayne Priory, a monastery. Can I help you? Things go from bad to worse nowadays. Priests murdered on the chapel altar. Oh, what next? Here, perhaps you will find this useful. One of the books I saved from my blades training. You go into danger. Joffrey didn't tell us any more than that, but know that our prayers go with you. Brother Joffrey, he should be in the Priory House, I think. It isn't widely known, but many brothers of the Order of Talos are also members of the Blades. Chapter houses of the Order, like Wayne Priory, provide safe houses for traveling Blades as well as our more public religious functions. Blades who are too old for the active service often join the Order as lay brothers. We are honored to have Grand Master Joffrey, or Brother Joffrey as he prefers, as a resident here. He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. That the attack on the Chapel of Devella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself. The Blades are closely linked to the Order of Talos. We both serve Talos, of course, and many of our brothers are former Blades. I myself was training as a Blade when I received the call to serve Talos in a different way. Bye.
Greetings to you. I know that you are on an important mission for the Blades. Please, if you need a horse, take mine from the Priory stables. Very good. You are well prepared. But if you should ever find yourself in need of a horse, my offer still stands. Go with Talos's blessings. Do not fail.
All right, let's have a look here. So now we got to go down there. But before we go down there, we're going to check out Coral.
If you are looking to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Bongond. The Grey Mare isn't a bad place to stay, especially if you're low on septims. Good
Okay,
day.
thank you. I don't really need a horse, so I'm not going to talk to him.
Something I can help you with? Yeah, I've heard of him. Isn't he a soldier or guardsman in the Imperial City?
Huh.
You too.
I kind of like the armor. It looks kind of cool. Well, let's go into town.
My children are starving. Please help.
That's the castle, and that's the north gate. It doesn't show me any stores. Gate tower.
One more coin and I can get a pair of shoes.
You too, huh?
Thank you. I could be wrong, but it seems to me there's something shady going on at the Oaken Crozier.
Yeah?
Blessings of Stendar upon ye.
You mean this place here? What's this? Goods and trade, it says. Well, let's see what kind of goods and trade they have. It's kind of a mess.
Hello, I don't think we've met. Are you new in town?
Yes. Yes, I am. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. I'm always glad to meet someone new. Welcome. I'm sure my mother would be glad to meet you as well. My mother owns this shop. She would be glad of your business. Valena Danton just hasn't been the same since her eldest son died. Still, she does a good job of running the Fighters Guild. Bye.
That must be your mom.
Only the finest wares to buy and barter at Northern Goods and Trades. I'm Cedneus, the proprietor. How can I help you? If I don't have what you need, you might try the other Coral merchants. Renoir's has books, fire and steel for your armor and weapons. An old cleric with that name comes in now and then. Lives southeast of town on the Black Road at Waynon Priory. You ever talk to Hondatar? Odd fellow, but he seems to know his way around these parts. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Ooh, what can we use a crystal ball for? Let's see.
You drive a hard bargain. You got a great deal there. You got a great deal there.
Why would I want to damage my health? It says damage health on self. Drain strength on self. Why would I want to do that?
You've made a good bit of gold. Come back and see me again. Goodbye.
Never did read that book, did I? This one here. It's 23 pages, so I'm not actually going to read it, okay? Wow. I mean, this doesn't really look like a store. It looks more like a house. Alright, we're going to come back to this place later. This is the book dude. Or woman.
Welcome to Renoir's books. I'm the owner, Estelle Renoir. Look around. If you don't see what you want, please ask. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. You too.
No point in buying books until I have somewhere to put them. Is there anybody home? Here you are.
What do you want?
I just wanted to talk.
I was in Shadenhall last week, and I'm sure I saw Reynold Germain. He acted like he didn't know me, though. Yes, it's quite odd. Reynold, who I've bumped into several times in Coral, acted like I was a complete stranger. Also, he seems sober, which is a refreshing change. Usually Reynold is stumbling around Coral drunk as can be. Very odd, but then it's really none of my business. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hello.
What? Hard to complain about living in Coral. We've got everything you need. Bye.
Oh, decent sized town. It's locked. Down here. Nothing.
How goes it? I'm Melintus Ancrus. How are you doing? was telling me we keep an eye on things here in Coral for certain interested parties. As a public service, like. Hard to complain about living in Coral. We've got everything you need.
So I hear.
Farewell.
Morning. I'm Glistel. What do you need? My housemate, Melintus Ancris, and I are well known in certain circles here. But you don't travel in those circles, do you?
You must be a thief.
Well, ain't you the high Tom Titty? You want something, I guess. Or you wouldn't be messing up my air. Yeah, I used to be Fighter's Guild here in Coral. But I done some incarceration for trespassing and theft. Couple of times. You know, they kick you out of the guild if you get caught doing some incarceration. How many, I forget. But I did a lot. I read one of Castus Scribonia's books not long ago. Terrible stuff, if you ask me. But some folks seem to like it. Leave me alone.
This is the Chapel of Stendar. We'll go in there later. It looks kind of important.
How are you?
Let's hear it. Hello. I'm Castor Scribonia, the writer, author of Woman Gone Wild. Who is the fairest of them all, other than myself? The proprietor of the Grey Mare is lovely. She and the guard captain would be a nice couple. I saw Valus O'Deal at the Grey Mare again today. Hasn't been the same since his boys took off. Farewell.
Spare a coin for the infirm?
So this must be the tavern. I'm assuming.
My sons. Have you seen my sons? Yes, Rallus and Antis. They're going to fight off the creatures at our farm, but I fear for their safety. For the last few days, we've suffered attacks from these creatures at our farm not far from Coral. They're coming from someplace in the Great Forest. I don't know where, but Rallus may know more by now. My boys will take up the fight, even if the guards won't. Doesn't matter if it's outside the town walls, it still affects us all. They expect me to go with them, but I fear in my old age I'm not the warrior I once was. Would you go in my place?
Yes, I'll help.
Somehow, I knew you'd do the right thing. I'm supposed to meet them at Wayne and Priory. You'd best get whatever supplies you need now, so you can get there in time. I need a drink to calm my nerves. Please, excuse me.
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, I've never been to Shadenhall. Oh, hang on, you're someone else. Apologies, my good friend. I mistook you for someone else. Always being asked about it, I am. Didn't I see you in Shadenhall, they say? Well, I'm sick of it. Sick and tired, tired and sick, and perhaps a little drunk. But never mind. You look like the honest sort, so I've got a job for you. You're going to travel to Shadenhall and find out what sort of imposter is trying to besmirch my good name. And you're going to tell him... I'm quite capable of besmirching my good name on my own. You should cease and desist immediately. There's 50 gold pieces in it for you, friend. Right then. Off you go.
Hello. An honor to serve you. I'm Imfrid, owner and publican of the Grey Mare, at your service. A room? Or food? Whatever you wish. In Coral, we don't think much about what goes on in the Imperial Palace. But these murders, the Emperor and all his sons dead? What's next? The old fellow? At Wayne Priory? It's a small community outside the walls, southeast of the Coral Gate on the Black Road. Goodbye.
Yes?
Good afternoon.
All right, I think this is the weapon and armor place.
Hello, I'm Rashida, the smith, and this is Fire and Steel. Quality armor and weapons, repairs too. What can I do for you? Nice town, but you need money here to live well. Head out of town and do some hunting. Sell the skins, or you can loot old caves and ruins. Northern Goods and Trade is an excellent place to buy supplies. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Rashida special, huh? They are gauntlets, they're heavy armor. Same strength. But I ain't got that kind of money. Alright, let's see here. We can sell the iron arrows. I'm sure we'll pick up some more anyways.
That seems a fair price.
I wonder what the bouquet of flowers was for.
Tell your friends about me.
I didn't mean to cancel.
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Shame she doesn't have any steel. I don't do two-handed weapons, and that's probably steel, but it's almost 7,000 gold, or septim, excuse me. All right, let's see if she'll repair my stuff here.
Not smart to carry around broken equipment.
We want to repair all.
Bye.
Can I do crafting? Nope, no crafting. I was hoping she'd have some good weapons and armor. She didn't really have nothing. Okay, let's see here. More homes, maybe? Well, it's open. Let's go say hello. Hello? Anybody home?
Good work, good pay. Want to join the guild? If you're looking to join up, you should speak with Velena Daunton in Coral, Azan in Anvil, or Burrs Grow-Cash in Shadenhall. If you're interested, see Velena Daunton in Coral, or Azan in Anvil, or Burrs Grow-Cash in Shadenhall. Bye.
Well, I guess she's not here. Or he's not here, or whoever they are.
First the chapel attacked, now the prophet ranting about the end of the world.
Must be the other gate.
Indeed.
A coin for an old beggar?
Another mooch.
I swear that's all he does.
I've never been a huge dog
Those
lover
Fighters
myself,
Guild are gonna come
but
back.
some people really love them.
Take care.
Bye. Hondatar is the name. I'm a hunter and mountain man. The deer here are skittish. Need to get them quick, or they'll lead you a merry chase. Poison on your arrows can help, and it won't hurt the meat.
Really?
Take care.
There's the Mages Guild.
Yes?
And it looks like a house for sale. Who do I talk to about that? Looks like a decent house. What you do is you buy houses all over the map. That way you always have a place to stay, regardless of where you're adventuring. Somebody left their pants in there. Okay, what's this? That's locked. Alright, I think we're going to try the Fighters Guild. I mean, your shit's just kind of magically falling off racks here, guys.
You're not afraid of trouble, are you? You'd like the Fighters Guild. Some words should be shared only by friends. Sometimes I just go look at the great oak. Magnificent, don't you think? If you're interested, see Velena Daunton in Coral. You too.
Well, where is Velena? Oh, she's gonna leave me outside.
Hi there.
The basement. Can't get in the basement. We can read it. Just don't take it. 29 pages. I'm gonna say that's a dwarven axe. There's nothing in that case. Tower I can't go into.
Good work, good pay. Want to join the guild?
Yes.
I heard that someone saw the ghost of Lord Vlindrel again, along the road to Bruma. I think I'll avoid that road at night for a while. You
He's
too.
gonna say the same thing. Ooh, are you the one I need to see?
Greetings. How may I help you? Are you perhaps interested in joining the Fighters Guild? I can't make up my mind about the prophet in Anvil. Is he truly a holy man, or just a lunatic exploiting the tragedy at the Chapel of Debella? The Fighters Guild is always looking for new members. If you've got a clean record and don't have a bounty on your head, we may be able to use you. Are you interested in joining?
Yes.
Excellent. You are now an associate in the Fighters Guild. You should report to either Azan in Anvil or Burz Grokash in Shadenel for contracts. You will advance through the ranks of the Fighters Guild when you have proven your merit. As you complete contracts and fulfill your duties, you'll be promoted to the next station, accepting the associated duties and responsibilities. Be aware, though, that your rank can be stripped for failure to uphold the tenets of the guild, or at my discretion. Goodbye.
But you don't have any quests. Oh, look at that sword. That's a nice looking sword. I would love to have that. That's not bad looking either. I wonder why it's not red, but I'm pretty sure if I tried to take it, I'd get in trouble. Silver short sword.
It's good to know we've got such a strong Fighters Guild presence here in town.
Fine steel sword.
I've heard others say the same.
And
Honditar sure knows his way around
doesn't
this
say
area.
that it's
Have you
stealing.
spoken with him recently?
I spoke to him recently. He really knows his way around. Knows every tree, rock, and cave in the area.
Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Let's pull it up here. Alright, a fine steel sword versus a steel longsword. The fine steel longsword looks a lot better in my opinion. Look at that. Yeah, I like that.
So I've heard.
Renald Germain has terrible memory. We've met many times, but when I saw...
Go on.
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
We're gonna
They
say
say syndicates of wizards have led a boycott of imperial goods.
It seems Somerset Isle has become a much more dangerous place.
it's not red. I'm kind of curious, but I probably will not be able to open this lock. It's hard. Pressure. I got it. It's a replica of an elven longsword.
Yes.
And it has absolutely no attack power whatsoever. That's a shame. I'm sure that's a replica too. So, probably ebony. So we're going to leave it alone. There's another steel sword. Probably sleep in the bed too. Look at that. Isn't that nice? The tower. Oh, looky here. All guards tail. Oh, we can't open that. Can't open that either. Nothing there. What's the Hall Guard's tail? It sounded like it did something. Heavy armor. Okay. Nothing hanging there. Okay. Can we go down? Lots of crates. Well, we take the gold. Every little bit helps, right? Oh, repair hammer. We'll take that. Alright, we gotta check the basement now real quick.
How goes it?
Pretty good. Hello. Iron weapons. Hit. No armor.
I'm Lumgro Bareth, the cheerful one. My brother Kurz, he's not so cheerful. Dogs are an orc's best friend. Good protection, good companions, good eats. The Breons have dogs, lots of them. We're all talking about the Emperor.
Yeah.
Take care.
Well, hello there, Sabine Law, Guildsmith. Really happy to meet you. So, what can I do for you? You need a place to sleep in Coral? Well, why don't you just join the Fighters Guild or Mages Guild? Sleep for free around Cyrodiil.
That sounds like a good idea.
I offer the finest goods and
Well,
lowest
it's
prices in all
a
Cyrodiil.
fine iron bow. But I have a steel bow now. That's a 3. And that's 3 as well. No steel armor.
Farewell.
Farewell. That's iron. Iron longsword.
Good afternoon.
A paint palette.
How are you today?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Lots of dogs in this town. Lots of sheep, too. Of course, I prefer the taste of sheep.
Really?
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
There is grave news
Hi
from
there.
Skyrim. From Falkreath to Windhelm. The foul danger attacked the land.
This is unbelievable. How can the gods let...
Bye.
You too.
Alright, that is all the time I have today. Thank y'all for coming and watching. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm going to try to be live again within the next couple days. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.